there, Aries. I hope you guys are doing well. I want to go ahead and get into your reading for February 2021. Okay. Just get some oracle cards out here for you guys. And before I start this reading, I want to say one thing that I'm feeling right now is it's like a burst of quick action, but it's also it's almost as if like jumping to the gun in conversations or like needing to be right in conversations. I don't know, cutting conversations too quick. It's like you don't have the extension or you don't have the desire to have certain conversations with people, or like maybe you think people like should just understand what the fuck you're saying versus like, it's like, why don't you get it? Why don't you just understand what I'm saying? It's like I'm stating things very, very clearly for you. What is the issue with understanding? Why can't we not seem to grasp what is being said here? That's kind of what it feels like to me. It's like you in opposition with another person, potentially. That kind of, it's like an annoyed energy. It's like, dear God, like just figure it out. That's kind of what I'm feeling here. Blame. I accept responsibility for my well-being. Blame. Interesting. I feel more annoyance than anything. It's like somebody's not on the same page with you, but like rather than sit there and try and explain everything again and again, it's like you should have been able to understand this a while ago. Between worlds. And I feel like it deals with people's sensitivities, like almost seems like, why am I having to explain myself over and over again? Or why aren't you just getting it? Or maybe why are you being so sensitive about something? It's like, I almost feel like an annoyance regarding somebody's oversensitivity or sensitivity in general. It's like you don't have the extension for that, which can be maybe something to look at. Why don't we have the compassion or extension here? Or maybe we're just tired of having to deal with this conversation or this person, or perhaps the way that this person reacts to things. It's almost like a go in the corner and lick your wounds kind of like sob energy, but also like, why does it have to go there? Why can't you just handle it? I don't know. There's some sort of like feeling like it needs to be your way of how you would deal with something. And it's like you have very little extension when dealing with this person or some aspect of this situation. God, I hope that this is resonating for somebody. Show me more for Aries. Patience. I accept that everything happens in divine order. I feel like somebody does not have patience here. Honesty, it's in reverse. I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. Whatever I'm feeling, it almost feels like it doesn't make you a bad person. It just almost feels like whatever you're dealing with is kind of going against your core reaction, the way that you would react to something, the way that you would solve a problem. It's like you're dealing with somebody who's almost, I don't want to say the word inept, but I'm feeling like there's an attitude of, God, you're inept, Loneliness in reverse. I know that I'm never alone. Does this attitude keep people at bay? Does this cause issues or problems with the people that are in your life? Does it push people out of your life? Needing to be right or needing to make sure that somebody understands something the way that you say it? Show me for Aries, please. You have the Three of Cups coming out in reverse here, Aries. So that's frustrations in the connections that you already have established, the people that you generally communicate with, your closest, your nearest and dearest, your buddies, your homies, the ones that you love. Three of Cups can talk about that, falling out of alignment with those types of people, having frustrating conversations with people that we care about. Sometimes it can be a rift that happens between two people or a group of people. In certain situations, the Three of Cups in reverse can also talk about third-party situations, or I'm not even feeling that, honestly. I'm not really feeling third-party situations here. If it comes up, it'll come up, but, we'll see what that is foreshadowing right now, okay? So let's continue on then. And for that message, for some of you, like, I know that's not going to be for everybody, but I feel like this weird, like, snappy, you're extra snappy or something, like you don't really want to deal with bullshit or like the insecurities of other people right now. It doesn't mean that you don't care about them. It doesn't mean that they are less valuable. It's just your threshold is kind of like, fuck, I don't even want to hear it because I feel like you could fix this. This is easy. Stop being a wuss. That's kind of what I'm feeling. It's kind of a harsh energy, Aries, but it's okay. That's not a bad thing to be. It just knows that you're very direct. It just says you're a very direct person, and sometimes we don't have the extension for things, and that's okay. I'm not taking all of those. It's like way too many cards, you guys. Hang on. They're all in reverse, so I gotta flip them around. Okay. Okay, show me more for air. Okay. You have strength here. Leo energy. Okay. You have the hangman. Piscean energy. The moon in reverse. Piscean energy. One more for Aries. The Tower. Bottom of the deck, the Knight of Swords. So, interesting energy here, Aries. I mean, you know, kind of like going with what I'm talking about, and I know this is not for every single person, but like the Knight of Swords, it's all about the way that you communicate, and, you know, be careful about that. I mean, be direct, be very clear in the way you say things, but also there needs to be some sort of connection here where maybe not to look at it as babying or that the person is inept at like understanding things or moving through things. Maybe it's this person just genuinely doesn't understand, or maybe this person hasn't had your experience, and so, you know, they don't know how to respond, or maybe they're not going to respond or act in the way that you would because they're not you. So it kind of asks you to take yourself down a little bit, kind of get yourself back into some sort of sense of reality when it comes down to what you expect of others or how you process information with others. I don't know if it's a matter of like your own personal idealistic ways of being that somebody is kind of grading on, but like, just remember to stay grounded in the reality of now, okay? I feel that there's an aspect here that is really requiring you to ask for some patience. And with this card too, Between Worlds, I feel like this might be a situation that is kind of something that maybe has been ongoing for you, or maybe it's the dark and the lighter sides of yourself, you know? What do you need to learn about that? Either way, it's causing a strain in your relationships, your friendships. It's requiring you to have patience here. The Strength card and patience is all about exercising that patience, controlling that inner reactionary part of ourselves. You know, if you need to take a time and a pause for, you know, this is in the center of this reading, the Hangman. If you need to take a pause for yourself or with the people that you're dealing with, or whatever experience you're having here that is causing you some sort of reactionary conflict, do so. You know, the Hangman is literally asking you to see a different perspective on something. It's requiring you to take kind of like a 5-minute break, you know, take a little time out and come back to something, find a different way to view something, just because you're going to get better understanding of yourself through that energy. And again, we have this focus on communication. The Knight of Swords is very, very blunt, very direct. They don't really have time for bullshit, and they don't like to beat around the bush. And so I'm kind of feeling like, in general, you kind of are feeling like people are just, it's frustrating. I feel very, very frustrated. It's like, I have to do this all myself, or like, why couldn't this person figure this out? It seems so fucking easy. It's so easy. Why are you making this such a big problem? Just do it the right way. That's kind of what I'm thinking and feeling. Not for everybody. The moon here in reverse, Piscean energy, it's talking about gaining clarity, okay? It can be where we are finally seeing things now, where they may have been unclear before, or perhaps misunderstandings in communication are coming about, and things are getting cleared up. If you need to apologize to a person in regard to the way that you've spoken to them, or maybe just kind of viewed them and their process as a person and how they deal with things in life, it's asking you to it's requiring you to ask yourself why your views are like that, why your energy is like that, why this person is so like frustrating to you, why this situation is so frustrating to you. Where does it cause you to feel inept? Where does it cause you to feel like you are out of balance with something? With the moon here, we're letting go of confusion. We're opening ourselves up to new things, new opportunities. And in regard to miscommunications or communications that have gone awry, this is trying to help that through here. So it's to demystify, it's to take off the edge, it's to help somebody understand something better here. And then we have the Tower, which is kind of like another explosive energy here. But I like this because if you look, that Tower, it holds the dove of peace, and it has an olive branch here. It's coming through. I think it's coming through. It feels like it's coming through. It just feels like it's coming through here. It's going to blow out and make a change in something. So this could be you really working on how you view things, how you go about things, not being so forceful sometimes, Aries, in your approach, you know, learning that other people's processes are not going to be the same way as you, learning to have extension to a person, learning to open up and connect with somebody in a different way, extending the olive branch. But with this, it almost feels like it's something that needs to be kind of worked on within you, that reactionary, explosive energy of frustration, or like you can go from 0 to 60 with anger or frustration here for whomever I'm reading for. Give me more for the Three of Cups for Aries. Oh my God, come on. Your hands are so dry. Show me the Three of Cups in reverse for Aries. Okay, for the Three of Cups in reverse, you have the Eight of Wands. So communicate with people that maybe you're kind of on the outs with right now, or just be available for communication. Kind of soften your energy here. Okay? It may help you in the long run. Show me strength for Aries. You have the Knight of Cups here with the Strength card. So this can talk about, I don't want to say, oh, a love relationship, somebody's going to come give you their cup of love. God, I hate that. I really do. It can talk about emotional connections, where somebody wants to take you out on a date. It sure can. In this situation, I feel that it's more so about controlling your emotions, controlling the way that you react. Here we have the eagle on this person's, the eagle on the ass. I don't even feel like this is a horse. Well, maybe it would be a horse. It reminds me more of a donkey. So what my energy that I'm receiving right now for this particular card and this energy is stop being an ass, exalt yourself, strengthen yourself, take time to create some boundaries in how you react, take time to process how you communicate with people, have patience before you act within the anger of the darker side of you, you know, walk in the light if you can. You know, it's not about placing blame or blaming yourself if communications end up, well, some accountability is definitely important, but it's not about blame, okay? Show me the Hangman for, okay, that's falling, hang on. Gotta go grab that. So the Ace of Wands coming out in the reverse for the Hangman. So it can talk about communication still being off with you and a person. I will say bottom of the deck, you have the Fool with that. So, you know, if you need to communicate, open it up. You know, I think it's important to do that, but like find a different perspective, find a different way for yourself to learn about these things, okay? It seems like things are cut off, direction is cut off right now. And if this isn't your situation, this can literally talk about finding your passion again, or finding new ways to experience your passion in life. This energy denotes one of kind of a directionless energy. It's being unsatisfied, yet unsatisfied, unfulfilled, yet very uninspired. Very, very uninspired energy. So You know, is this something more spiritual? Is this something that you just need a different perspective on? What do you need? Either way, it's calling for you to create a new beginning through that. Show me the moon in reverse for Aries, please. So for the moon in reverse, you have the Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords is a frustrating card. It's one of mental energy being just constantly bombarded by problems. You know, with the moon in reverse, I feel here that this is the opportunity actually to make yourself, to put yourself in alignment with better things. You know, with the moon, the major arcanas are going to trump the minors, but for this energy to be here, it's almost as if like, I don't know if I'm reading for somebody with anger issues or like reactionary issues. I don't know if communications is a difficulty in your life. For somebody here, the way that you communicate or the way that you expect people to kind of just accept what you say as gospel, as the word of the law, you know, be careful about that. I feel that there's an unveiling here of the self. If you look at this card, you have this person who's almost coming into like a meditative state, even though the Nine of Swords are around them. This is like an acceleration. It's an exaltation of the energy. With the moon in reverse, you're having clarity about that. I think it's a growth period or an opportunity to grow. Show me this Tower for Aries, please. Show me the Tower for Aries. So you have two cards coming out, Aries. Let's see what they are. First card you have out here is the Three of Wands coming through for the Tower. And the Magician. So with this is about getting what you want. It's about taking the time, making the time to get what you want. It's patience in the process. You guys, I really have to say, for some reason here, I really feel that this is about your communication styles, the things that you expect out of yourself and others, but mainly others. I feel like there's just kind of like an acknowledgement of maybe how we communicate with other people, or how we kind of find fault with people who don't necessarily deserve it, but we lash out anyhow. Interesting energy. I'm going to pull one of these here. Show me the Knight of Swords. Fireworks. There's intense chemistry here. Now, that could be, you know, a lot of things, love or whatever, but fireworks. What are fireworks? They're explosive. Fireworks are explosive, and they're pretty, but when they're exploding everywhere and there's a problem, they can get out of line. They can burn buildings down. They can create problems. They can injure people. You know, when we are explosive, and this is literally how I'm feeling this, when we're explosive, be careful about that. Show me blame for Aries. Show me blame. Unconditional love. Love yourself and others without limits, conditions, or expectations. Maybe that's some part of the aspect of, you know, a lesson here to love a person unconditionally. The lesson here may be to accept a person as they are versus trying to force our way or our perspective on somebody, or maybe, you know, why we feel like they should automatically know what we know, or respond to a situation the way that we respond to a situation. This is a very strange reading, Aries, because it literally feels like I'm dealing with somebody who I would deem as lesser than me. And nobody's lesser than anybody. It's almost like an arrogance that I'm feeling here, Aries. Be careful about that, if this is resonant for you. Show me honesty in reverse. So it's coming out in reverse. Unconscious beliefs. Be aware of what you are telling yourself. So self-lies, self-delusion, siding with yourself versus seeing the picture as a greater experience, as a greater reality for gaining new wisdom with the Hangman here. Whatever it's doing, there's a lot of lack of connection here just because it's caused rifts and distances between people. For the bottom of the deck, for unconscious beliefs in reverse, you have denial. It is time to face the truth. So being honest with yourself, being honest with other people, honest with the way that you expect things, the way that you see the world, you know. Show me loneliness in reverse. On the fence, someone is unable to make a decision. Again, I kind of feel like this very strong-willed energy here. Love is at the bottom of the deck for that. So basically, you know, if you're causing rifts and separations in your relationships due to your communication styles or the way that you treat people here, Aries, you know, it's going to lead to loneliness, but like, change that. Change that. Don't be on the fence about that. There's no point in being on the fence about that. That's not kind. You know, love. I don't know about the romantic feelings, but self-love is here, or at least love of other people. Show me patience for Aries. Self-awareness. Be conscious of your own behavior. Absolutely. Patience in that is key, for sure, you know? I don't know, what I'm feeling here is like, you know, what happens when, okay, so in our childhood, what happens when our parents are very mean to us, or they expect too much of us, or they expect us to automatically know what they want, or how to do it, or we've never done something before, but now a person is angry at us because we didn't do it the right way. What is the right way? I haven't been shown. How do I know if I've never been shown? How can I learn if I've never been shown? So what I'm feeling here, Aries, and I know this is a super, super like laser focused reading right now about like this particular message, but whomever it's for, it's for. You know, when you have those dynamics with your parents, with people who are in authority or, you know, a higher position than you, and they expect something from you, it's like, you know, you better learn it. But if you don't know, you don't know. So in the same way, I feel like it's digging up old wounds, maybe where that's happened to you, old things, old issues, because you have the opportunity to heal it. It's just literally somebody needing to face that truth, face the reality, face that it's getting in the way of the way their communication style is coming out. It's getting in the way of their passions. It's causing friction and distance between you and people. And you could very well be dealing with a person who's like this as well. So that's there too. But the Tower here, I really like it because it's telling me that there's a forceful action. The Tower isn't always just something that comes out of nowhere. We can enact the Tower. We can create the Tower. I really love that there's literally the Dove of Peace inside there. Like, it's fantastic. It's moving forward, moving out. It's something that's going to radiate here from you, it feels, if you choose to. The Three of Wands, the Magician, again, patiently pursuing this. If this is something that's been an issue for you, take heed, pay attention to it, be honest about it, okay? Give me advice for Aries, please. Can you please give me advice for Aries? Okay, that deck. And that one. I'm not pulling, that's 10 cards. Show me one card, please, for Aries. Just one card, please, for Aries. One card. Okay, so you have trust. Trust energy here. Trust, and this is stuck out too. Okay. Miracles. Trusting in miracles, I don't feel that necessarily, but trusting the process, most definitely. I don't know if somebody's dealing with you, and if you change this, it feels like a miracle, or maybe this is some sort of milestone in yourself where you can create some sort of shift in your life that feels like such a huge burden is lifted. That in itself feels like a miracle. Miracle I'm seeing is something that you didn't see as possible before, and now it's before you. And it comes with change. It comes with intention. Communication style is helpful here. Show me advice. So you have the Hangman at the bottom of the deck, and you also have the Eight of Cups. So really, 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 really deep thinking, spiritual thinking. This isn't just about, oh, what am I going to have for dinner? You know, that type of thinking. It's literally looking at things from a different perspective, taking accountability for your actions, looking at why we create situations, looking at why we react in certain ways, looking at why we expect people to know how we would do a thing. We expect almost too much of a person. Okay, here we have to let go of that with the Eight of Cups. It's literally about walking away from that, or not even walking away from it, getting yourself deeper into it so you can address it here with the Hangman here twice. I feel like this is going to give a lot of positive results in your life, whomever I'm talking to, and really help the flow of your relationships and the way that you see people, and also really the way that you see yourself. You know, if you find that, like, almost wanting to Vesuvius react and, you know, erupt, why do we get triggered to that degree? Why is our patience so low? Why, you know, where is it coming from inside? So that's literally what I have for you. I know that you guys probably want a love reading, but I can't control the way that these readings go. I am given what I'm given, and there was a very strong message at the beginning of this reading regarding communication styles, patience, and all this, and here we have the Knight of Swords and, well, everything else that's come through. So I hope that this was helpful. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe. If you choose to donate, it helps me greatly. And I'm not taking personal readings at this time. All right, Aries, take care, you guys. Bye.